best friends are always welcome through your door. But please don't piss us off, remember, we pay for your floor. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the We Pay for Your Floor podcast. My name is Andy.
My name is Phil.
And I'm Sarah.
I forgot who I was for a moment.
And this year, sorry, I was mid-muffin. This series of We Pay for Your Floor podcast is sponsored, and this week's sponsor, I have decided based on the list I definitely don't have in front of me right now that I've been writing. It's the sponsor of this week's episode of the podcast is Beijing Pork Market. Liz Truss approved. And in today's episode, we are going to be discussing.
Are we?
Yes, we are. In today's episode, we are going to be discussing the Tamagotchi that snorted cocaine in a Woolworths tool aisle.
It's a tragic story.
We've all been there.
They've all been there.
You know when we were watching those Japanese adverts earlier?
Yes.
And the sort of Tamagotchi looking one came
Yes.
up. I thought, what could a Tamagotchi do that would be funny? Drugs. I just wrote that. And my main process for coming up with the intros is, what would be funny to see something doing, and then where should it be doing it?
Well, in that specific advert as well, it was a Tamagotchi you could stick your finger in.
Yeah, I know. You fingered it.
Exactly, it was
So I was
strange.
like, where would it be funny to see a Tamagotchi snorting coke? Woolworths. And that was the whole thought process.
That was a fantastic journey. I enjoyed
But before we get into that poor tragic
Oh.
Tamagotchi, Sarah,
it.
how beeth thine floor?
Not great. Obviously, we all know he's incorporated. We
You're
all
gonna
know.
write this.
I'm writing it. We all know
it's
he's incorporated right now. In the jumpsuit orange. He's currently getting rogered on a daily basis by some very shifty shag carpeting.
I was gonna say, did he drop the soap?
Yeah, he dropped the soap. It's not going well.
He dropped the Mr. Muscle.
He dropped the Mr. Muscle. He dropped the Vanish. And he's not having a good time right now. He's joined a reading group, so that's nice. I am slightly concerned he will turn towards Jesus, as often so many misled carpets do. But that's where I are right now. Thank you for asking. I'll tell him in the letter that I send this week.
Is there no way you can appeal his sentence?
I'll have to find out more of the process and get back to you.
Get a lawyer, get a judge, and look into what his carpet rights are.
You've been sitting on that one, haven't you?
Just like Sarah's carpet, yeah.
Yay!
But anyway, once I have finished eating this quite delicious muffin that I got from work.
In your letter to your floor, to your carpet, would you mind asking it if you've ever seen a fish and realised your gran needs turning over?
Good luck turning my gran over.
Indeed.
Yeah,
So.
Picks up off her ankles first.
Oh, saggy boobs.
What? Sorry, that was a glorious moment as you realised, but then just declared to the world, oh, with saggy boobs.
I just thought that your grandma was just folded.
Yes, she's an origami gran.
No, well, that's kind of, but what you do is you put 2 fingers and both thumbs in her, and then you read your fortune.
That's why I was like, why are her boobs on her ankles? That's some flexibility in an old lady. Oh, saggy boobs.
Oh dear.
You have a game for us.
I do.
After you've finished your muffin.
Do you want to spare, stall for time while I swallow this muffin?
Well, given that you're both Yorkshire, I think that you could weigh in on this little topic that's been puzzling. Topic. Have you ever had enough gravy to sink a cattle ship in Peru?
You know, I can just straight up answer this question as yes, because you know how much gravy I have.
Yeah,
As
you are
Yorkshire.
a bugger for the gravy.
The segue is just fantastic.
I have my next gravy.
As you're
end
both
up.
Yorkshire, grandmas, origami, discuss.
Gravy!
Yeah, I've just said I've got my next gravy enema booked in.
How
about you, Sarah?
I've forgotten the question.
Fucking New Year. Have you ever had enough gravy to sink a cattle ship in Peru?
I do like gravy.
By cattle ship, do you mean
Never
a ship
been
filled
to-
with cows?
And Peru's.
Well, I wasn't going to say that it was made out of the cows, but it could be a cattle ship.
Are you asking me if Peru's made of gravy? Is that what this question is?
Residents of Peru, do
If
write
that's-
in.
If that's your interpretation, Sarah.
Because my answer would be gravy.
I'm glad we had this little chat.
My life has been enlightened. Anyway, so trying to bring us back round.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back to me. I have some celeb name games.
Yay!
I have a few that we can do. But I think I want to do this one first. Just I came up with it earlier and I was quite happy about it. Because I was, for the purpose of the tape, we had some episodes recorded that we were not able to put out because of the audio quality. We had a few issues. And in that batch of recordings that were done with my good friend Mike, we did a celebrity name game.
Mick.
Sorry, Mick. My not quite so autistic friend Mick, as Sarah so eloquently put it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We did a celebrity name game with Jennifer Saunders, which unfortunately now might not see the light of day. But I can't just
That's
do
okay.
Jennifer Saunders again because you'll all know the answers. Cause
Yeah.
you actually for some reason remember it.
Mm.
But then I was like, wait, I've done Joanna Lumley, I've done Jennifer Saunders,
Dawn French.
Dawn French.
Oh.
So here we go, celebrity name game with Dawn French. Sarah,
ready.
unslick your flaps.
That was an impressive jiggle you just did there. That was the jiggle of anticipation.
For the
Name of my
record,
band.
It's very hot in England today. We're all very warm.
It's our one day of summer.
Quite
Yeah.
sweaty. We're all a bit slicky.
Yeah. Liquid air.
If you put some talc on us, we'd all make paste.
Ooh.
So, yeah, let's go with Dawn French Celebrity Name Game.
I'm
Now,
ready.
for anyone who hasn't been here before when we've played this, or those
Like
who just need to
Sarah.
remember the rules, like Sarah, they have to rhyme. That is the main point. They all rhyme.
That takes out the fun. I'm just saying.
So, for example, Bruce Wimbledon does not rhyme with Bruce Willis. And I will never let her live that down.
I'd watch that game, I'm telling you now.
Anyway, what is it called? Number one.
Yeah.
What is it called when Dawn French is a French brass instrument?
Horn French.
It is indeed horn French. Let me just make my points. to
It's a
begin.
horn French, is it?
It's called a French horn.
Oh, yeah.
That's an instrument.
Ah.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh my fucking god. It's only the first one.
Okay, number two. What is it called when Dawn French is a very lovely looked after back garden?
Lawn French.
Oh.
It is Lawn French. 2-0. Number three. What is it called when Dawn French has been ripped in half?
Torn French.
Sarah. Pardon me, I do apologise.
No, you-
That has some vibrato to it, didn't it?
What would you score that one on the Google rating of Google review rating of
I'll give that about a 6. It was
6
on,
as well?
it was on the
It's
a
same,
good one.
same
That had
sort
a lot of volume to it. That's a
standard
girth
as,
to it.
Girthy burp.
Girthy burp.
What is it? Number 4. What is it called when Dawn French is a siplet? I can't speak.
Is it siplet?
No.
Cypriot?
What is it called when Dawn French is a sitting implement typically found in public parks?
Dawn bench.
Yeah.
Oh, you said sitting. For some reason I was imagining a clock.
What?
What?
I think my brain heard sitting but imagined ticking.
What
In a
part
park.
of that whole description gave you the thought of clock?
Because he
I
heard
thought-
He's got,
ticking.
no, he's got cock on the brain. That's why.
Ah.
He's got confused. What is it? Number 5. What is it called when Dawn French is a yellow vegetable?
Corn French.
Oh, damn it.
Yay! What is it called when Dawn French does an amazing job at healing your thirst?
Dawn Quench.
Yeah! It's tied up and we're halfway through.
Woo!
3-all. What is it called when Dawn... Well, I can't speak. What is it called when Dawn French is jacked?
Dawn Hench.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I'm gonna give that to Phil.
Yeah, that was Phil's.
He slightly beat you. What is it called when Dawn French is a baby deer?
Fawn Hench. Oh, damn it.
That is 5 points to Phil. 3 to Sarah. It's still all to play for currently. What is it called when Dawn French can't stop expressing that she's tired?
Yawn French.
Sarah.
What?
What is it called when Dawn French has been sketched?
Drawn French.
Damn it.
Phil, slightly.
Yeah.
Sarah, you can still tie.
Ooh.
Number 11, sorry. What is it called when Dawn French is sopping wet?
Dawn Drench.
Sarah!
Ooh. That was a lot to get my mouth around.
That was words.
That was.
And finally, what is it called when Dawn French is the most common chess piece?
Bruce
Corn
Wimbledon.
French.
For fuck's sake.
Your faces. I'm sorry, what was the question?
Phil's already won!
Oh, yay! Go Phil!
Dawn French!
Oh, porn French. That's nice.
As in P-A-W-N, not P-O-R-N.
Oh,
Filthy
okay,
people
yeah.
out there. Which means that if you take into account the fact that I believe Sarah won the game we did with Mike, because it was currently 2-1 to Sarah, it's now currently tied up for games for the season. 2-all.
Ooh.
So I'm winning then.
No.
A moral victory, yes.
I'm winning then because the episodes with Mike haven't appeared yet. So I'm winning.
No.
Good point.
I'm winning.
No. In the spirit of things, Sarah did win that.
So I'm winning.
You keep telling yourself that, do you?
Yeah, I will.
Would you like red or khaki?
Red or khaki?
I'm gonna keep putting just random, just quips of that in. Because you know what? I change people's lives.
I change people's lives.
You may do that, and you say you do that, but have you ever been to sea only to realise the birds are counteracting the gravitational pull of the baked goods?
I mean, that does happen when seagulls nip your pasty.
Yeah.
They are little sods. I've got a topic if you want to...
Topic?
I've got a topic if you want to discuss that.
I like how it's not even giving Phil the time of day with his random things.
So, if you had to... I know Phil's going to like this one. Phil, you'll know this one.
Ooh.
If you had to design a theme park...
Which I have done on many occasions.
Exactly. What theme would it have, and how would you go about it? What would it be? What theme would it be? What sort of rules would it have? What sort of food? That sort of thing. So I'm going to give Andy first because I know Phil will have several theme parks and he's going to have to
I'm also
choose between those.
Why don't you give us yours?
So mine would be an adult-only theme park, and it would only open at night.
Kinky.
Yes. They've got carousel pole dancing.
That's wonderful.
So you'd have, you know,
That's brilliant.
the pole dancers, candy, lollipop. They've all got stirrups on, and you can pay to ride on a prostitute on the carousel.
This is
We've
a very
got-
prostitute-heavy recording session. Where's Jeffrey?
You've got bars.
Jeffrey's heavy petting zoo.
I'd have a heavy petting zoo. There we go. You'd have a kissing booth, but it would only have holes. There would be bars. There'd be nice food places. It'd all be like neon sort of Blade
Can you
Runner
meet
style.
us for dinner off of a go-go dancer's clean butt cheeks?
If that's what you want, I can't guarantee the cleanliness of it, because we are very much environmentally friendly, so we do reuse the buttocks. We don't just use them once and throw them away.
Chop them off and replace them.
But yeah, we reuse the buttocks. but it was very adult style. I think the candy floss might be like whiskey candy floss. There might be like a, I don't know, a heroin tunnel of love. I don't know.
Is there a roller coaster where the carriages are shaped like dildos?
Absolutely, absolutely, and it like ends in a condom sort of thing. Yeah, yeah. That's and it would be all at
No,
night
that's a
time
log
and.
flume. You wear condoms for the log flume.
That's
It's
yeah.
like there's a raincoat.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. That's my theme park.
Cool. Mine would be very, in terms of the aesthetics, possibly along the same sort of line, sort of very futuristic, lots of neon and wide open spaces and sort of lots of glass and concrete and sort of like not an Apple store.
Yeah.
So I don't want like glass and white, just
Oh.
sort of.
Wait,
void
did you think
spaces.
you meant just a shop that sold apples?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake!
Not an Apple store. I was like, I didn't realise there were that many apples.
But
To have a whole shop dedicated to apples.
the main inspiration,
It's
if
a
we
lot
just
to-
look at my desktop, would be
Yes.
Epcot.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So we'd have, very much focused on science and technology and the future and development, as like space and all of that sort of stuff, all the good stuff, and just there's like sort of, for lack of a better word, sort of educational theme parks, like Epcot is kind of in a way not so much anymore, but it certainly was when it first opened. And places across Europe, particularly there's a park in France called Futuroscope, which is very focused on science, sci-fi as well, but it's like focused on science and technology, and it has like lots of thrill rides and stuff in it. But I want to make sure that everything was very sort of fitting to that theme. So every ride, every attraction had some sort of, either it was all connected in some way, or there was a story behind it. Like this is about getting to space and space travel and sustainable
Space. Sustainable space.
Sustainable space.
Sustainable space. Space of sustainable. Yes.
And or there's actually a ride in Epcot in Disney World, which is all about living with the land. As it goes through this, it's that sort of river ride that takes you through how crops are cultivated, how we first started collecting crops, and then how modern science has managed just to make food to be a bit more sustainable, and things that are like, oh, this is interesting. It sounds really dull.
No. It would
It
be.
sounds really dull explaining it. Is that, but it's fun sort of attractions and rides that also have a purpose to them. One thing that annoys me about some theme parks, which I know Andy won't really care about this probably, but is roller coasters that don't really seem to have a great amount of theming, or I don't like open air roller coasters.
No.
Because to
Aren't
me,
most roller coasters open air?
a lot of them are.
Yeah.
But I like ones that, if they are open air, like there's again the one that comes to mind straight away is Disney World. There's a Slinky Dog roller coaster, which is all themed around being in a back garden, and it's supposed to be a track that the dog is going around on. So I like something to have some sort of story that makes it feel cohesive.
Yeah.
Like with other sort of can't talk now, but some sort of ride that actually has like some sort of projections or other things going off in it that makes you more immersed in the story.
Yeah, no.
That sort of stuff.
I'm imagining something that looks kind of like MIB headquarters. This is what I've got.
I wouldn't want it to be a sort of grey, sort of sterile brick. I want it to be like
Tron.
No, I want it to be open spaces with lit up with like
Google headquarters.
not nice neon, but like open parks,
Yeah.
lands, and like maybe some nice sort of watery places that you can dick around in. Not literally.
The dick around pool.
And
Yes.
then some nice sort of like woodlandy areas that sort of break things up a little bit. So you think nature and science coming together?
Oh, I like that. That sounds kind of like Interstellar, the film. Because it was kind of like sterile, but with like a nature thing at the end, isn't it?
Yeah, I only watched that once, and my God, it bored me.
You know, that was a very like serious answer from you. I
thought it was a good question because I knew that Phil has like already got the plans on his laptop somewhere. What would yours be then, Andy?
Hear me out.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's funny because when I play Planet Coaster, I just look at chaos.
Drag race memes.
Oh,
Just the whole theme park is drag race memes.
Drag race memes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like, there's a not a roller coaster, but there's a ride where the carriage that you're in flips backwards, and it's just called back rolls.
Oh, God.
That's the name of the ride.
Yes.
And there's a log flume called Oh Honey,
Excellent.
Oh.
where the
Oh,
water's like a golden
honey.
colour to make it look like
Excellent.
honey.
Yeah.
That will just
That would
make
end
it
up
look
looking like
something
pee.
else.
There's
Yeah.
I mean that's
Golden
kind of the
shower,
joke. That's
it's
kind of the
called.
joke.
Yeah.
There's a high-speed roller coaster. You know those ones that go from like 0 to 60 miles per hour
Yeah.
in seconds, called Sachet Away.
Yes. I like it. But it looks like a ketchup packet. Because it's a sachet.
I like it. You can have it next to the
But it's
food
like,
court.
but instead of it being Heinz, it's got RuPaul's face on it.
Yes. Sachet.
Nobody wants to get on a.
Then there's like a
With that
spinning
grease.
ride that's just
Right.
called Shantae You Stay. You know, it's all the kinds of memes that you'd expect. There's a battle to the death arena called Good Luck and Don't Fuck It Up. It's just all the kind of good stuff.
They're drag queens.
There's a farm that's just called Brown Cow Stunning.
That's great.
There's
what
a
good
restaurant
idea.
called Sissy That Walk.
What about pork chop?
Yeah. The Pork Chop Lounge and Sissy That Walk
But
are the
have-
restaurants.
That
Yeah.
has, the pork chop lounge has to be right near the front because it's the first to leave.
Yeah.
Damn.
What would the gift shop be called? I
Wow,
don't-
wow presents.
Yeah! Yes!
Yes.
And there's an educational ride that takes you through the journey and the process of fracking.
Oh.
There's an on-running thing in the drag race community that apparently RuPaul allows fracking on his land.
Okay.
And it's like become a bit of a meme.
Okay.
Don't mention the fact.
Don't mention the fracking.
Okay, don't mention the fracking. Okay.
Phil, you've watched Drag Race. What else could be put in there?
Best judge. There should be meet and greets.
Yeah, like Disney World.
Yeah.
But would you get the actual
Have
people
breakfast
or
with
would people
Trixie.
dress as them? Can you imagine someone, you know, like in Disney where they've got
Yeah.
like the
You
big
get the face
mascot
characters.
costumes?
Yes.
But like a big
Well,
mascot
well,
costume of
some-
Michelle Visage.
Yes,
Some of them are
100%.
face characters as well. They don't wear big costumes. Some of them are actually just normal
Look,
people
yeah.
dressed up as like Cinderella and other people like. So you could have someone. You probably need
No,
a
we just
costume
hired.
for.
No, why am I so
for
stupid?
RuPaul.
We just hired drag queens
Exactly,
to
just-
get in drag to look like the
to
people.
look like
Yeah.
the drag queens.
like
yeah.
Michelle Visage, you know,
Yeah.
the best drag queen.
Just hire drag queens to be Michelle, Carson,
Yeah.
Ross.
Tracy Martell.
Yeah. But then, like,
Bob.
on, but
Bob.
then, like, on special occasions, the actual queens do turn
You do
up
performances.
and do, like, guest performances.
Yeah, absolutely. You have rainbow cotton candy or candy floss, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bathhouse.
Yes,
That's
excellent.
like the
Yes.
adult only section.
Yeah,
What else could there be?
You gotta have hot dogs on sale.
Just everywhere you go, there's circular meat.
And just circular meat
There's
everywhere.
Hot dogs, sausages.
Takoyaki.
So much chorizo.
Yeah, just all the chorizo. You only get mashed potato in bowls with it. Scoops. There's ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of something.
Baguettes. Loads
That's
of
just
baguettes.
Oh,
plain
I
baguettes,
remember,
no
I
butter,
remember.
just baguettes.
There's like specific hotels for different communities. So like, you know, there's like
With the different flags on them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like one for gay men, like it'd be, I don't know, like Grinder something. I don't know.
Grinder Hotel.
Um,
Instead of the Grand Hotel. The Grind Hotel.
there's one for lesbians, which
U-Haul Hotel.
no, wait. What's the type of building beginning with S? Help me here, please.
Shed.
Sapphic shed, there we go.
The Sapphic shed!
Yeah.
Do they have to assemble it themselves as well because all lesbians are capable of more than...
Yeah.
The lesbians are the superior race.
Yes.
they would turn up and be like, this room's wrong.
The
We're going to
bisexual
knock it down
bungalow.
and rebuild it.
What are you calling this land? What are you calling it again? Did you come up with a name? Rainbow Land?
Well, it could be really obvious and just go like Drag World or something.
Homo Homestead.
Homo base.
Homo Base, yeah.
Oh god. No, I'll think of something. It'll
Yeah.
come to me. But yeah,
It'll come to me.
There you go.
What would
Anal Adventures.
Oh, yeah, that could work. That's the
That-
storybooks,
There
right?
is, yeah.
That's in the adult only area.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a building beginning, like a type of building beginning with a T.
Tent.
Yeah, transgender tent.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
They have a
Trans tent.
site.
Oh, what?
Campsite.
They have a
Oh, for
campsite.
God's sake.
That's the dogging area.
You can bring pets. Oh.
Aww.
They have like special themed nights for different communities. So
Yeah.
they've got, like bondage night.
Nice.
And,
Oh, excellent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. BDSM
furry
nights.
night,
Yeah,
that
full
kind of
furry night.
thing.
Yeah.
There's a clothing shop called Definitely Not H&M.
Nah, excellent.
What was the? I just thought it was another thing. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Well,
Since I didn't mention it, the food options
Yes.
in my place are going to be catered for everyone.
Yeah.
We're going to have Lidl's finest.
Haha.
We're going to have a few high class restaurants with like sort of showing off futuristic foods, like sort of space foods and things like that. And then a Greg's on every corner.
Excellent. That is the
there's-
future.
Yeah.
There's a laser tag.
I still need to try the Greg's outlet.
You need to try
that's
the
up
outlet.
road.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We should go there.
Are you finished?
No, I'll never be finished about
There's
Greg's.
a,
started
there's a
so
laser tag area and also a like a Dodgems area as well,
Yes.
and all of the names for like the scoring in the Dodgems and the laser tag
Yeah.
are all just named on Drag Race memes. So you've like the names are like Get a Jade, except for Serena, your dad just calls me Katya, all that kind of stuff. What?
Nothing, I'm
It's just
enjoying
good,
this.
yeah.
I have nothing to say,
You're gonna
but
have
I'm
to serve
enjoying it.
meatballs. You're gonna have to serve meatballs.
Meatballs!
Meatballs.
Garlic dough balls.
Ooh.
Also, it's fashion.
Calamari! Because it looks like a cock ring.
Cock ring calamari. That's just what
Yeah.
it's called.
Cock ring calamari!
Cut ring colour. Oh, that's quite hard to say
Well,
that.
There's one of them is called It's Fashion. It's fashion.
What is it? Fashion.
Yeah, but is it fashion? It's fashion, guys.
I like it.
Anyway, yeah, drag race memes.
Awesome, I like that. I also have, I don't know if a few episodes ago we were talking about me writing down questions that I have
Yes.
during everyday life, and then not googling it and waiting to ask you. So
Yes.
I've built up quite a few.
You've
Ooh.
accumulated.
I've accumulated quite a few.
Do you want to
I'll,
throw a few our way?
I will do one because this is kind of like a big one ish, kind of awesome.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah. So this one, I have to get it right in how I word it as well, because how you see, how we actually like see, our eyes don't actually see, do they? It's our brain that sees. No, but no, you know what I mean.
This is a fucking brilliant
Yeah,
start.
but, yeah. So your eyes are just the equipment. It's your brain that interprets the information.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So it goes. Obviously, light. It's literally your brain interpreting light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how you quote unquote see. Yeah. So what the fuck do blind people see? Because you can't say that they see like white or they see black because they don't see. Because if their eyes, say it's a person whose eyes don't actually function, okay,
That's typically
their
how
brain,
blind people
no,
are.
well no, not always, is it? Because sometimes it can be like, not chlamydia.
Cataracts.
Cataracts, there we go, thank
They're
you.
very different illnesses, Sarah.
I'm sorry, you've got chlamydia of the eyes.
But you get chlamydia of the eye. And it fogs over the lens, doesn't it? And then you've got the actual optic nerve that doesn't work. There's lots of different parts that cannot work. But
is that what the doctor means when he says your vision is fucked?
But it's
You
essentially.
should get some window cleaner in there.
That's it. Windex.
Yeah, that'll help.
But because essentially it's your brain that interprets light, isn't it? So if you're not getting light, what exactly does a blind person see? Because then what does nothing look like? Does that make sense?
No, I get you. It's an interesting question.
So what?
I kind of want to know the context as to how you thought of this, though.
No, it was literally.
In all fairness, I have thought this question a few times before, and I have Googled it.
Oh, what did they say?
They say nothing.
What
But,
does nothing look like?
Yeah, it's like, especially if it's someone who was born blind.
Yeah.
They have no concept of what black or white or anything is. From what I've read, is that I don't see. I don't know how to interpret that. I don't know what to say. I don't see. I can't see anything. Some people, and it wasn't too clear, or maybe I'm just not remembering very clearly, so that sometimes they can sense like different intensities of light.
Right. Okay.
So that they'll be able to tell that it's brighter or darker, but they can't actually see the world around them. So if you close your eyes,
you can usually see a really bright light, can't you?
Tell if it's light at the moment, and if you cover your eyes, it does seem a bit darker.
You can see black. You can see nothing.
You can see nothing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it's like for them, or at least for some visually impaired people. It's either nothing or more nothing, but in a different sort of extreme, a different shade of nothing.
Yeah, which is just mind-boggling, don't you think?
It's
that's
to
the
see.
name of my debut album.
It's
Different
mind-boggling.
shade of nothing.
But I what do they? Because I think it depends on what's wrong with your eyesight, isn't it? Because there's a difference between like sight and eyesight, if that makes sense. But because some people can see with echolocation, can't they?
Yeah,
there's genuinely people that can click and can actually. But how though? How do you even?
In front of them after they're coming up to a curb.
Yeah. They do that with their ears. Then is that just through sound?
They. Does that?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I remember watching a program on a young lad who in America who was using echolocation.
Yeah, he was like.
And he could skateboard, completely blind, had cancer of the eyes. Yeah. But he was on a skateboard, and they literally filmed him, and he was going in between cars just through clicking, which is just insane. But then what does he see? He knows there's an object there just from his clicking.
Maybe he doesn't see, he can just maybe like, you know, if you're standing at a road and maybe you don't do this, but you're too lazy to look both ways because you can hear that there's nothing coming, or you can hear that there is something coming, but it's a long way away.
There's a difference there, though, isn't there? Because that's an object making a noise which you can hear. This is you making a noise to bounce it off something else for you to hear back.
Yeah, it works in the same way. It would be bouncing off of it, and you can then tell from like how long it's taken that noise to get back to you, how far that object is away from you.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've had to do that?
I'm not a bat.
But this human being did it though.
Yeah.
I can't think when I've ever walked into a space. If it's like a completely empty space and you speak and it's like a certain sound comes back, you know there's things in it. You know the sound of empty and you know the sound of full, don't you? But to be able to... What? Is that not a thing?
I don't know why he's laughing.
The sound of empty and the sound of full. And no, it's fine.
You know what I mean, though?
That what you said makes perfect sense. My brain is being silly with this. My head is taking that very badly.
To be able to narrow down when an item is just by speaking is just insane. And to see it but not see it, bizarre. But what was the answer to the question then? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Just nothing.
Really does put life into perspective though, because that boy has not been able to see his entire life. Develops an ability that bats can do.
Yeah.
To be able to skateboard perfectly through traffic, And yet I wake up in the morning where I have work and think, I could kill myself. Really puts life into perspective, doesn't it?
Sounds like I don't want to go to work today.
The trials and tribulations of normal life, where one guy has been blind his entire life yet can perform like skateboarding things that I can't even do with vision perfectly, and yet I can't even wake up and go to work without thinking, I could just end it.
On a slightly lighter note,
For fuck's sake.
Go on.
Go on.
have you ever milked someone for a scoop of Daz?
Did you say, have you ever milked someone from a scoop of Daz?
Yeah.
Can you fit a person in a scoop?
Depends how big the tractor is.
Actually, let's clarify. Do you mean Daz as in the washing up detergent, or a man called Daz?
Originally, yes, I did mean the laundry detergent, but all of these situations are open to your interpretation.
Sarah,
Have you ever?
Would you milk someone for a man named Daz, or just a scoop of the laundry detergent?
I don't know.
No, not for a man named Daz, for a scoop of Daz.
Oh, I'm allergic to Daz, so nope.
Are you actually?
Yeah. I am. I'm
Is it
allergic
the
to
eczema?
everything. It's the eczema. It's the eczema. I'm allergic to Daz, so I just use.
So you wouldn't want a scoop of him?
I wouldn't want to
Are you
scoop of him.
allergic to Lenore?
Who?
Lenore?
Yeah, I'm allergic to everything. I'm allergic to everything. The only stuff I can use is personal non-bio, or I have like this. There's this eco egg that I use that's got just minerals in it.
That's how.
Is that a goop product?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that goop?
No, actually, it's an Amazon. They sell it on Amazon.
Stick it in your fanny and it
No,
washes
and it just
around
cleanses
for you.
it. No, you stick it in
Do
your
you
wash
have
and
a
it's
tumble dryer like drum in your side your vagina?
it's not dry.
It's got a
that's for sure.
seaside in there.
That is true, yeah.
Seaside. There could be a laundromat
Exactly.
there.
Have you got a Pontins in your vagina?
It would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
What, cheap and disgusting?
Yeah, cheap and a bit underappreciated.
Bit run down.
Bit
but
run
wonderful
down.
entertainment.
Could do with some TLC. Wonderful
feeling.
entertainment. Lots of 2Ps in there.
That's why you jingle.
That's it, you see.
Decent buffet.
Lots of finger food.
And fish.
And
But the
fish.
go-karts never work.
The Dodgems
It
is a
says
little
it's
bit of a
open all
risque.
hours, but it's actually not open at all.
It's not open at all.
The top seems to have fallen off.
It's only open during the peak season.
Oh, don't get me started on the blue courts.
Ooh. Yeah.
So, in conclusion, blind people are bats.
Yes.
You have a Pontins in your vagina.
Yeah.
And I just want to live among drag queens.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Well, I think we're done here. We're off to Pontins.
Right. Indeed. So.
Yeah, me and Phil are booking a holiday to Pontins. Sarah, what are your rates?
We're gonna end up doing an episode from a Pontins, aren't
I really
I
want to do an
hope so.
episode from a Pontins. I really want to
Especially
do
now I know
one.
there's two relatively close by.
I'd rather do it from Skeggy Butlins.
We need to get some travel mics then.
I need to shit in every Butlins in the land.
That's
I've already
three.
done Bognor, so we're down by.
We only
got
have two of
to
those,
go.
that's it.
Yeah, but then you've got to. What are you gonna, if you're gonna shit in every Butlins? What are you gonna do in every Pontins? Come.
Be sick.
I wouldn't want to.
Massage a tangerine.
Funga fufu.
A what?
Shagagram.
Funga fufu.
What?
He said massage a tangerine, I'll explain later.
Okay.
Is that a Shaman King reference?
Is he a funga fufu? He's rolling an orange on the table.
Do you remember the
Who?
Shaman King?
What?
Do you remember the Shaman King?
What the fuck is Shaman King
Green
got to do with
Mile.
Phil doing a Welsh
He's the-
accent?
he's the
Massaging
Lord-
a tangerine.
He's the lord of toilet paper, Shaman King.
And on that bombshell.
That is gonna do. Fucking hell.
What the fuck?
No further context shall be given.
Squire, fetch
Me my sword!
Anyway, so before Sarah loses the will to live,
Oh, that's already gone.
That's gonna do it for this week's episode of the We Pay for Your Floor podcast. Are you
I'm
alright?
just so puzzled. My flabber is officially gasted.
Oh,
Oh, I
That's a
love
whole
that. My
new level
flabber
of-
is officially gasted.
It's a whole new level of nonsense that was, Phil. It does not compute.
Oh, consider my bee fuzzled. Consider my flum irksed. Anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this week's episode of the We Pay for Your Floor podcast. I've been Andy.
I've been Phil.
And I'm Sarah.
Just a reminder that this week's episode of the We Pay for Your Floor podcast was indeed sponsored, and this week's sponsor was Beijing Pork Market. Trust in Trust for meat in your guts.
I like that.
Yeah, and until the next episode, we will see you all later.
I'm going to go home, endeavour to be the best neighbour I surely can be.
What is it like to live in a pond, Tim?
Depressing.
I can imagine it is. Anyway, you'd better, because we... For the purpose of the tape,
I was waiting. I was about to say, and then you decided to assault me.
You weren't joining in!
I was about to say, because you started saying, we, and now we go pay for your floor. But no, fuck you.
You're meant to say the whole thing with me!
I'll say nothing.
You'd better, because we pay for your fuck off.
Because we pay for your fuck off, Phil. Din, 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 din.
We pay for your floor.
Din, 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 din.